Alright, let's see if I can do this right. Now, just a friendly reminder, it's not the size of the wand that matters, because there are all kinds, and all shapes. It's not the size, it's how you use it. So, even taking this little guy right here, and you find yourself a nice focused grip. For this one, you are trying to take and concentrate your thoughts in a precise form. And being able to use it, it's like a pen, and you are drawing your thoughts together. And say you take this one right here, it's a little longer, it's got a little bit more grip. Now, when holding it, you want to keep it so that you can use it either as a focus or as a wave, because the differences in how you hold your wands changes how you perceive the thoughts that you're trying to focus on. Now, having an orb on the end of your wand allows it to gather more energy. Having a crystal on your wand allows it to have energy trapped in a matrix. Being able to channel that into a focal point, say you have an orb inside the wand, to be able to bring it to a point. So you take and you charge that energy in, you ball it up, and then you streamline it. Now, see, this is the Persian, it's one of my favorites, and it has multiple facets to it. It's spiraled so that it'll bend your energy and allow you to manipulate it easier. It has a wide base, so you're capable of holding on to it with a good solid grip in case these are strong thoughts or emotional thoughts. A lot of times, if you have a lot of emotions that you need to hold on to and are dealing with, you want a good grip, because you want to hold that. You want to be able to grab hold of your emotions, because that's what you're doing. You're grabbing hold of those emotions, and then you're channeling it. And that's why this has bands in it like that, because what it'll do is it will catch that energy and then allow you to bend it around through the twists and catch it in the ball, so that what's being poured into the ball is refined thought, not just pure energy. And then it brings it to a point so you're able to take that balled energy of pure refined thought into a specific point, being able to manipulate the thoughts in your head to a point where you're able to actually express them. And then you have wands that have multiple stones on them. Now, as a base, holding a natural crystal like this, it has its own energy base. This wand itself requires a lot more charging than the other wands, because it has natural stone. And that stone itself holds a frequency. So that's why it's important to take time to charge your wands. And having things like points allow it to direct the energy flow. And when you have things like the multiple spirals, that's able to actually contain multiple layers of a thought, not just a single energetic line, but multiple lines of that. This is for complex, strong emotional thought. Say you have something you're working on for a year, and you need to be able to hold that This big piece on the end works like a sink, an energy sink. You sit there and you take a thought and you charge it into the stone, and then it'll let that sit there. That's why I have other stones as well, because what you'll do is you'll take a thought after forming it and creating it and shaping it into what you desire. Then you sit there and you take that and channel it into an object. And that is how you create an item, by channeling your thoughts into the item. And the more refined and the more focused those thoughts, the longer that item will remain. Having energetic runes carved in will also help, because these runes were created by the World Tree, Yggdrasil. And that means that has the spirit of Yggdrasil in it. By encapsulating those runes in the wood itself, resonates that original thought, that original meaning, that original energy. And that's important. Being able to take that original thought and change it and focus it for yourself. Now, see, this one has a dip on the end. That is because it is designed to allow that energy out. Sometimes you want to point, sometimes you want to sink, and sometimes you want to shovel. And really what this does is allows that all of that energy in to flood your whole concept, your construct that you are making in your mind. Each wand has its own unique personality. Each wand has its own energy signature, just like you do. We are each and every one of us an individual, and it is up to us to find what syncs with what we need. This is one of my favorites. This pretty little spiral brought to a point. And that allows us to be able to sit there and take that thought and wrap it around into a refined point. And then you have things like this, being able to take the wire around the globe, the orb, and basically what you do is you ball up that energy. And as you trace the lines of the wire, you are creating a pattern within it, because these thoughts, as you're tracing the lines, are part and parcel with the idea that you are creating the thought. And then you take that energy and you bend and twist it into a refined point. This is capable of holding a lot of emotional thought and store it so that when you need it, then you can sit there and tweak the little things. You know, say you have this construct right here, this item that is holding a thought for you. No matter what that thought might be, it's been wrapped up and trapped by you into the item. So you know what this thought is. Each time you touch it, it's different facets of that same thought. And then you take the wand and you play with that thought and you tweak it and you go, oh, well, I don't want gray, I want green. Or I don't want little, I want thin. You know, refine the thought. And then you recharge it and you resync it. And it'll be there when you pick it up next.